Obviously a tough one. But did what we needed to do to give ourselves a chance to win the game, and guys were locked in. There was disappointment in the locker room because of the investment put in, getting ready for a very good Colorado State team. And so, when I walked in and kind of could feel that mood and feel the feeling, from the guys, there was a lot of thoughts going through my head, but they all just kind of relaxed a little bit, because when there's that investment and there's that feeling of competing and locking into the scouting report, and again holding them to what would have been in the 50s, until we fouled a couple times. I think I don't know if anybody in the league that would say if you could play Colorado State and keep them in the 50s, that wouldn't take that. So a lot of really great things that we'll take from the film, but the most important thing is I am so unbelievably, incredibly proud of them for taking that prep and for giving it every single thing they had out there, trying to make it work in the number of situations that were new, and that's where you could kind of feel hopefully what kind of lights a little bit even more of a fire for us tomorrow to get ready for another really good team in conference.
Questions?
Your team hitting a little bit of adversity this week, losing DJ. What did you like about the first half and really defensively against Clifford?
Well, yeah, that was, the concern, of course, when you got somebody that has the ball in his hands that much. Honestly, obviously I'm not always right, but, the concern was going to be those first few minutes and how we got acclimated and how quickly we could get acclimated, because we spent a lot of time offensively, of course, trying to figure out getting ready for Colorado State, what we liked, what we could kind of count on. But until you go out and play a team, a really good Colorado State team, especially in the half court defensively, that's active and mobile and really athletic and got size. There's going to be a little bit of a what's going to happen. What are we going to do? So as much as anything, though, the offense I thought kind of affected our defense early in those first 4 or 5 minutes. So we got in a little bit of a hole, but when the guys really locked in defensively and just kind of worried about the other end after the defensive side, we were able to make that run, get back, tied, take the lead at the end of the first half before they finished with the bucket. And the guys know it's an old, mature group that, for the next foreseeable future, we're going to have to be even more locked in defensively, really, than we have in the last handful of games, which has been a really good defensive stretch for us.
After that early stretch, you did shoot a pretty good percentage for most of the game. Did you see enough on offense to feel like you have confidence you can put something together even without DJ if he's out for, however long?
I think so. Obviously, Bedford, and the best part about Bedford, I think we got to figure out a few things. We can get him some more space. So we got to work on that the next couple days, because he's such a threat with the ball, with the dribble. He did a great job putting pressure on the rim. Of course, he made some huge threes, but even then, I think we can put in a thing or two here to get Julian. We kind of ran that offense. We just got to keep getting better at it. Like I said, we've never played it against another Division I opponent. We play it every day against each other and against the scout group. But when you go against somebody else trying to mess you up and there's more on the line, it's a little bit different. So I think we got to tighten up some things. But of course, I think that we'll be able to put in a thing or two here. It's a quick turnaround, and the hardest part when you do that as a staff, or when you're thinking and your brain's going and you like this, you like that, it's you never want to throw guys out there that haven't had much time with it. The last thing you want to do as a coach is put guys in a situation where they're not going to have the confidence to make it work and try to make it work and kind of, make it work for each other. So, but that was a really long answer to your question, I guess, of yes.
What did you pick up from DJ? Just his attitude it looked like he was pretty engaged coming out on the floor. How has he been just around the team the past couple of days, and what did he do for you today?
Honestly, I don't mean this disrespectfully. Rob, Jace, DJ, those guys, I don't ever really get down there to that side. I kind of hang out more at half court, but where I see those guys is usually at timeouts. being encouraging, talking to teammates, and it's kind of the same in practice. I mean, you've been to a number of practices where they enjoy kind of watching, and if they see something, they kind of chime in, and like I said, for the foreseeable future, we're just gonna have to do the same thing. Rob's got a lot of experience, and he helps the bigger guys. Jace, of course, has a lot of experience, and the guys respect him, and Rob, of course, and DJ's kind of the same. This is a new area or a new arena for DJ, so he's got to get his voice going and talk and communicate. And if he's not going to be in practice or if he's not going to go, because I thought this, like I said, the prep for Colorado State was what it needed to be. The guys from Colorado State just made a couple plays that turned the tide of the game, but incredibly proud of the guys for I think the percentage of execution of what we wanted things to look like on the defensive end. When we go back and watch, it's going to be really high, and I don't know how fair it would be to grade harshly on the offensive end when you take a guy who's top 30 in the country in usage off the floor. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Kev, how you doing?
Bud?
How you doing? The Mountain West Conference Tournament creeping up upon us, right? A few weeks away. What do you guys need to do to click at the right time and to get hot in March? What are the things that you need to see in practice and what you guys need to do to click at the right time?
As crazy as it's going to sound, and I know this will sound interesting, but there's a lot of things that I think we are clicking on right now. I do feel that there's a chunk of, when you talk about playing and peaking at the right time going into your conference tournament, especially on the defensive side. I think there's a number of things that we've become reliable at, we've become better at throughout the year as conference has gone on. But obviously it's how do we get better looks? How do we get more open looks? How do we create advantages for each other on the offensive side? Because when we do that, it just helps our defense. Our defense gets set. We know where the shot's coming from. We're able to get back in transition. And the last 7-8 games for us defensively have been pretty good. And in large part, that is because when we're running the offense, we want to run and we want it to look like. But it's no secret. We need to score more than 53 points, and we just kind of need to. Well, unless we held them to 52, I guess. But it's something that we're just going to kind of need to figure out. But that's the fun challenge of being a coach. You get thrown a curveball, and now we'll go meet over at Mendenhall as a staff like we always do after every single game, and we'll draw stuff up on the board about what we like, about putting guys in advantages and those situations. But the best part was, every single person was ready. I know JB and Ice, they didn't play tonight, but they were ready. They competed like crazy in this prep. And so like I said, I'm just incredibly proud of the entire group for the fight they had. And they're going to have the same prep tomorrow because against San Jose, it might be a different situation. And somebody's going to have to go in and something that we might have to find work. But yeah, we got to find something here where we can get better looks for the team and better put ourselves in better situations to create advantages for each other and get more open looks. But I really just cannot short sell how good the guys have been defensively and how locked in they've been on that side of it. So we'll try our best to carry that over. We'll talk as a staff and see what we like going forward. But I'm just really proud of them right now. I know I'm not a moral victory guy, but at the same time, I think there's something to build from there.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Bear, tough loss, but what improvement do you see from your team offensively coming back from Fresno State?
I think we're just being very aggressive these last few games. That's really been our problem, even at the beginning of the season. Like teams were talking about us saying we're not physical and we don't rebound, so we just kind of play with a chip on our shoulder now. Like we're gonna come out and fight regardless, like fouls or no fouls. Like we coming for sure.
Yeah. Jalen, what can you say about just you and Bedford really clicking tonight?
Well, that goes to the rest of the team. They allow us to go play good. We have Bear over here. He has like 16 points, and we can feed it to him. That opens up a lot more for us. I know Jaden wasn't hitting shots tonight, but he does a lot of things out there that people don't see. So I just credit the rest of the team.
Yeah, Jalen, playing without DJ Thomas tonight, early on, looked like there was some miscommunications, a handful of passes just out of bounds, no one home. But how did you guys settle down? What was the plan offensively without him, and how did you guys sort of improve as the game went on?
Well, I just think we just came out not scared or anything, but we just came out and first game without him. You know, he's a great player, and we just had to get our rhythm going. I think that's really it.
And Barry, you guys went 7 of 17 on free throws. Obviously, in a close game, that's tough. What can you say about the free throw shooting, team-wide?
That's definitely a big problem that we had tonight for sure. We talked about it. We got to take our free throws more serious. We do. We shoot them every day, but it's just we got to take our time and knock them down. That's really all you could say. Just we got to make them. So yeah, that definitely played a big part.
Barry, you talked about just being aggressive in conference play. What do you want to see from your team defensively moving forward, coming off a good defensive performance tonight?
Shoot, just keep it rolling. I think we've been looking really good defensively. I don't think we had a problem with them at all tonight. I think it was just we're trying to get acclimated to other things without DJ for sure. But I think on defense we looked really good. So just keep rebounding the ball, keep helping, and guarding ball screens as well. So.
Thanks, guys.